And a great spot to start this drive from here. Throwing now, Roethlisberger on first down. On the left side, it's McDonald. And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line. It's a good gain of 11, sets him up first and goal.
I like how they work the tight end on a nice little under route there. And if you're going to give him that much space, he's not even going to catch the football. He's going to run away from you a little bit, and that's exactly what he just did there, picking up extra yardage.
Rolling to his right. Toward the pylon, caught. Nice job defensively to hold him to 4, and now it's 2nd and goal. He was out there waving his arms, and when you got a quarterback out of the pocket looking for any help, I guess waving the arms is helpful.
It certainly is, because you got to get his attention, because now you're in scramble drill. So everyone's adjusting their routes, finding open space, and he found the right spot for the completion.
Under 4 to go now as the clock runs, and they come up on 2nd down. On 2nd down, here's Roethlisberger. And not only did he drop it, he dropped it in the end zone.
Brandon, some of those windows to throw the football that exist when you're between the 20s, they don't exist when you're this close to the goal line. But as a former DB, I liked it closer to the goal line. Tighter windows made it easier to cover people, actually.
3rd and 2, now Roethlisberger. And caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Steelers. Vance McDonald, a 2-yard touchdown grab. And the Steelers are able to strike for 6. And he'll put it through to make it 7-0 Steelers. Boswell on now to kick this one away. This is taken at his 4. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line. Now the Falcons offense, they get ready to head back out here. And last time this unit was out here, costly turnover, and then that turned into 6 points. They've got to make amends.
And how many times have we sat in meetings with coaches and they use the term complementary football? Offense take care of the defense, defense take care of the offense. That didn't happen on the last possession. This is a chance for them to pick themselves back up and help their team.
Yeah, we'll see if they can recoup and recover.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
It's a 9-yard gain, and it keeps the drive moving.
Even though they gave up more than they wanted to on that play, it actually illustrates how well they bottled him up throughout the game because that was his longest run of this contest.
Let's go.
On 1st and 10, it's Ryan. And finding the tight end, Hooper. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. A good pickup there, 8 yards on the first down completion. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. They run, Devontae Freeman. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. 3 yards there, good enough to keep the drive moving. 2 minutes remain here in the first half. Back to Heinz Field after this. Freeman again, a first down carry. And, he is really laid out that time. Knocked flat on his back, right at the line of scrimmage.
Every year I go to the combine and marvel at the speeds that linebackers are running nowadays. They run like DBs. And let's face it, they know how to finish plays too. Eyes up, head up, run right through them.
On 2nd down, here's Ryan. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
I tell you, Brandon, this defense is playing with some confidence. Haven't allowed a point yet. Flying to the football. I'm telling you, it's almost 11 to the ball on every snap. Another nice job there to force an incompletion. The Steelers insert their nickel defense on third down.
Yeah, they add a DB. From the gun, it's Ryan. Finding Gabriel complete. A very solid gain of 27. And there they went crossing route against the zone defense. What do you think of that?
Takes real coordination between the passer and the receiver because you've got to read those zones and where the open spots are and be on the same page with the guy throwing the football. Because sometimes you're throwing it in front of the zone. Sometimes you're throwing it between the zones. Sometimes the receiver's going to just kind of find a spot and what we call sit down and present himself to the quarterback and throw it there. It's a tough read, but when they're in sync, it's really effective.
Now Ryan on second down. And this is Gabriel on the catch. And on this one, he'll get to the 15, right at the 15-yard line. Now the Steelers put a stop to the action with a timeout defensively. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. Here comes play number 9 now as they come up on a 3rd and 3. From the shotgun, Ryan. And this is caught for a Falcon touchdown. Julio Jones, a 15-yard touchdown grab. And the Falcons are an extra point away from tying the football game. It's good, and we're all tied at 7 apiece. So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Steelers offense now, they head back onto the field. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked. But you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
And some changes here as the D-line separates some. Now Roethlisberger on first down. Going deep here for Bryant. It's caught inside the 25. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Martavis Bryant, 75 yards. And the Steelers have taken the lead. And he's got it. It's now a 14-7 ball game. Boswell on now to kick this one away. This is taken at his 4. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. Atlanta now coming out on the field. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
This is Freeman. And he powers his way up past the 30. And before this second down play, we'll get a whistle, a signal, and a timeout as they stop it with 19 seconds to go in half number 1. And after the play on the ground, that brings up second down here. Ryan now off the bootleg. And the Steeler pressure too much here. He's going down. Falcons going to use their 3rd and final timeout as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the first half. Ryan dancing to his left. Now he's going to throw deep back over the middle. It's caught inside the 25. A big play there just before halftime. 56 yards.
Sometimes it's designed, and sometimes you just have to know when to leave the pocket and move and make something happen. And on that play, he was able to get on the run and was still accurate throwing the football.
And how about this right out of the locker room? An onside kick attempt. And this doesn't work. The Steelers recover it. A very interesting call and one that backfires. I know they're losing, Charles, but boy, to start the second half with the onside kick, risky.
Felt like a sense of urgency from their side, coupled with, you and I both know the special teams coordinators, they sell their key plays each and every week to the head coach, don't they? And I'll guarantee he's been selling this one. We can get it, coach, we can get it. And that came together with that sense of urgency you talked about.
And incomplete as he was knocked as he threw it. And it took the ball off course. Second down now after the incompletion. Roethlisberger with a give to Bell. And shedding the tackle, and now some room. Oh, that's just not fair, and now room to run. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Le'Veon Bell, 42 yards. And the Steelers are going to add on to their lead. Still plenty of time left in the game, but now starting to pull away a little bit. Get some breathing room with that one.
And I don't want people to think that NFL locker rooms are cookie cutter, that everyone's saying the exact same thing in every situation. But I do know that all 32 teams have an emphasis on starting fast. Game, second half, no matter what. Whether it's first 5 minutes, first 3, whatever. This was a big score to start the second half.
So we get set to start this third quarter. Here's the Falcons offense now. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. Now it's Freeman. 8 yards on the ground there, and now they're looking at a 3rd and 2.
Offensive linemen love creating space for their guys carrying the ball, but when that guy also breaks tackles and creates extra yardage, they almost feel like he's one of them, and they really embrace him.
Trying a little razzle-dazzle on 3rd and short. And he'll get this only up to about the 35. Just a yard on the run there, and that's going to bring us to a 4th down.
Another down on the scoreboard, but the urge to go for it is almost irresistible here on 4th and short. Yeah, I know they're on their own side of the field.
I was going to say.
Normally I would say punt the ball away, but I'm feeling it. I say go for it.
Oh, look at this play call. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. Just a 1-yard pickup on the play, and they're able to convert here on 4th and inches. So they pick up the first down after the run, and now they approach for the fresh set. Now a play fake here on 1st down. They'll roll him out right. Wide open receiver complete. And he's going to be out of bounds, but able to take it inside the 40-yard line. A really nice gain of 25 yards. First down and 10 now for the offensive group. Here's Ryan. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Jones. And he's going to get this inside the 30. 11 more on that one and another first down.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice gain.
Offense walks to the line for play number 7 of the drive. Looking to throw on second down. Ryan throwing the out route incomplete. That's Jones. And he's going to be out of bounds down inside the 20 at the 15. Ryan to Jones, the Falcon connection there for a first. This is Freeman on 1st and 10. He takes us down to about the 12 for a gain of 3.
Not too many offenses want to turn down long drives, but when you're down what they are, they've got to pay it off with some points.
Looks like the defense in press coverage here. Here's Ryan. This will be caught just inside the 10. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down.
Well, the strategy was evident there. Get it to your tight end and make it a one-on-one play with a cornerback. Who's usually going to win that one?
The tight end, but not there.
Not in this situation. How about the corner defeating that logic and making a really nice tackle?
The Falcons on 3rd down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 3. Now Ryan. And he's got his star receiver. It's Jones for the Falcon touchdown. Julio Jones, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Falcons have cut it to within a score. It's up and good. This becomes a 21-14 ball game now. Here's Bosher to kick it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. And the Steelers set to take the field. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Going deep here for Bryant. Now look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Ricardo Allen with a pick. And they will set up shop at their own 46-yard line. A critical error there in a tight game in the 4th.
All you talk about is taking care of the football, and especially with a lead here in the 4th quarter. Turning it over, now the door is open for the opposition.
Just in general, when you're passing in the 4th quarter with a lead, no matter at what point, you got to be super careful.
Got to be careful, and sometimes you can be so careful that you end up running yourself into an error. Not a big run on the first play of the drive, but that doesn't necessarily mean it was a bad play. Sometimes you're just trying to settle in, get your guys a little bit of contact, and get things moving.
Oh, design run for their wideout. And an alley to run. Touchdown, Falcons. Taylor Gabriel, 52 yards. And the Falcons are an extra point away from tying the football game.
All right, partner, let's go to cliche time. We're all back to even after that score tied the game.
And an important one that is, as we are tied now early in this 4th quarter. Set to go now with the kickoff. These two teams all even again as we continue in this wild 4th quarter. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Pittsburgh's offense now heading back out onto the field. And last time, 1 play interception. So this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling, because a 1-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people think the very next time out, run the football, don't give them a chance.
Maybe play action?
I think maybe you go play action, show your quarterback, you got a little confidence in it, and let him fling another one.
12 yards that time, and a Pittsburgh first.
That throw has to be a quarterback's dream, doesn't it? Big tight end, curling in the middle of the field, so it's great sight lines for him. And when they show their numbers back to the quarterback, when they sit down right there, that should be pitch and catch.
On first down, it's Roethlisberger. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Vic Beasley from his outside linebacker spot, forcing the sack for a loss of 8. On second down, Roethlisberger. Trying to lay one up deep. And they went for a big play through the air on second down. Couldn't connect. Now it's third.
Had the right idea there, trying to throw it to the sideline, but he led him just a little bit too much, trying to get it out to his receiver. Ends up falling to the ground, incomplete.
Now Ben on third and long. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Brian Poole. And they will finally get him, but not until he's all the way down inside the 15-yard line. So how about that for a momentum switch?
We're in the fourth quarter, and it's a tie game. You've got to take care of the football here. Now their opportunity to take the lead right out the window, and everything is flipped in the other direction.
And this play goes nowhere, losing yardage back to the 15.
I like the idea to mix it up from time to time because, let's face it, you can't be predictable. But the execution was a little lacking on this one, right? They might want to go back to the drawing board with that call.
Coming up to the line, and they will need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Now Freeman, he's been busy today. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. Time for a break. We'll come back and see how it all shakes out after this. Here we go, 3rd and 1. Gut check time on both sides. They'll need to get the play off quickly on 3rd down. That's Freeman. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th. Have to kick this field goal, don't you?
No question about it. Look at the clock. Look at the situation. Kick the field goal.
And now before this 4th and 2 play comes to fruition, they're going to think about it and call a timeout as they stop it prior to what will be an important 4th down. Tie game, 4th quarter, and they're going for this thing on 4th down. They'll try and throw for it with Ryan. And this is caught. And that could seal it. It's a touchdown.
Did you see them hold up 4 fingers at the start of the 4th quarter?
They were ready.
They were definitely ready. They may or may not have done that, but they certainly have played that way. The 4th quarter has belonged to them, and now the lead belongs to them as well.
And it's good. That makes it a 28-21 game. Here's Bosher to kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Now the Steelers offense gets ready to get back onto the field. They're down here in a one-score game, but the time, it's a factor, but it's not a huge factor right now, is it?
It's really not, because this amount of time gives them a chance to run their offense, to go through play sequences. And this is what they work on every week in practice, usually on a Friday. They go over this type of a situation, late game situation. What are we going to do when we have the opportunity? They've called these plays a bunch of times. Now's their chance to execute them.
They have the opportunity now. Here's the execution. Back to throw. Steps away to his left. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. Third and long coming up. Defensively, you pressure the quarterback or drape all over the passing lane?
Yes, that's exactly what you do. It's both because they're not mutually exclusive. They may have been at one time in football, but not anymore. You want to have that pressure, and if you have a big-time pass rusher, send him after the quarterback, and then make sure you blanket the field.
Back to throw. Fighting through pressure. He's going to let it fly. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up fourth down.
It's another big shot dodge there defensively. Now they're just one more incompletion away from salting away this victory. And I know this feeling. They're almost giddy, but they have to stay focused and locked in. They can make one big mistake and throw it all away.
And no press coverage here. They are backing off in the secondary. They'll look to throw. And that is incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And that's going to be just about all she wrote for this one. Now the Falcons offense gets ready to head back onto the field. They have the lead, still a one-possession game, but the defense got the stop. They've got the football now. Just salted away, right?
Exactly. That's all the defense is counting on from their offense. They did their job in a big way. You know they're over on the sidelines now starting to take their tape off. And, hey, we've done this thing. The offense has to put it away, and that means ball security.
Absolutely. Stranger things have happened. Now the Steelers put a stop to the action with a timeout defensively. It's just their first. They've got two more to use here in the final stages. A 20th carry now for Devontae Freeman. And not much of a hole there as he gets it down to about the 24-yard line. And the Steelers signal for another timeout. That'll leave them with just one remaining in this fourth quarter of play. The Falcons on third down. They've hit 4 of 7. This is 3rd and 7. The former Indiana Hoosier here, Tevin Coleman. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. And now we're going to get a timeout here called by the defense. It'll be their third and final timeout, so as they talk things over, we'll step aside. And the 42-year-old veteran's kick is up and good. And that will push the lead up to double digits now at 10. So barring something extraordinary, something crazy here in the closing stages, that field goal should just about put this one on ice.
Brandon, this will be a great win for them. The better team's going to win this game, no question about it.
The Steelers offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. What do you do here down like this in this situation? Do you maybe just pick something out of the playbook you haven't called in a while, or you call it a day?
You can do that, or you pick something that's a staple for you and should work better and try and execute that on the way out the door and maybe get back to base and feel a little bit better as you end a ball game that's been a frustrating one for you.
We'll see if they go. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. It's Desmond Trufant, and his guys will set up shop at midfield at the 50-yard line. Both defenses have had their struggles, but they've been good enough to get them this lead, and another nice play there to help